What's going on, everybody? Thought I'd try something a little new over here on Instagram. So, I have a new song out. It's called Wait. It's been out for a few days. It's a terrific song. The streaming numbers have been tremendous, and everyone's saying it. So, I thought that I might try doing a deconstructed video, show you, open up the Pro Tools sessions, and show you what went into this production. I want to give a couple disclaimers. First of all, I have no idea if anybody gives a fuck about this kind of thing, because I'm doing this. It's going to take some time, but I thought I'd try something new. So if this is something you think is like cool, you're going to watch it, let me know, because, you know, I don't have the highest self-esteem, so sometimes just some feedback is helpful. I don't have like a fancy rig. I don't have a fancy setup, so I can't show you the screen, and I can't route the audio in. So you're just gonna have to watch your boy just vibe out in real time, and I'll show you some stuff. And I don't have access to the mix, so this is pre-mix. It sounds okay. Tim Smiley, the mixer, he made it sound incredible. This sounds fine. So with that out of the way, the way that this session is structured is that it's actually two sessions, because I'm fucking pathological when it comes to the amount of vocals that I layer and record. So there's basically an entire Pro Tools session that's just dedicated to the vocals. That's, I don't know, maybe like 60 or 70 tracks. And then there's another session with the instrumental. So I have the vocal session set up first, and this might be a cool way for me to show you guys how you guys and girls and non-gender conforming individuals, to show you how I do my vocals. So let's see, chorus. Yeah, we got a chorus. So I actually have ramped up the amount of layering that I do by like at least three or four times more than this, and this is a fucking lot, but this is like small potatoes now. So I got a nice compliment from a few people saying that my vocals sounded smooth in this track, and there's actually a bit of smoke and mirrors involved in that. So this is my vocals soloed up. So keep my number when it's over. Don't leave me standing in the rain. So I think that's kind of smooth, but I actually at first thought it was a little harsh and maybe like a little too, I don't know, in your face for what I was going for with this track, because the track was starting to feel like a bit more smooth and a bit more mellow. And the trick for that is to kind of like create a bed of layers of more gentle sounding vocals for it to sit on top of. So let's see what we got here. So if you take out the lead vocal, you got like, so keep my number when it's over. Don't leave me standing in the rain. If you're not in this any longer, then why would I wait? So that's a lot of me. And then, so we've also got Arthi, the incredible Arthi Mira, that's singing on it. And so I have her singing the whole chorus too, when you add her in the mix. So keep my number when it's over. Don't leave me standing in the rain. If you're not in this any longer, then why would I wait? 'Cause I've been holding out for you. So basically, Arthi makes this shit sound really smooth, and then I get all the credit, because that's the world that we live in these days. And this is something that I'm really into. If there's going to be more than one singer, I like to have every singer sing every part multiple times. That's something that Queen did a lot, like on Bohemian Rhapsody. You'd have every band member sing every single harmony part multiple times. Fleetwood Mac did that a lot, and your boy Calvero does that a lot. So in addition to all of these softer layers, there's also like, I do a lot of stuff like I print effects that you're not necessarily supposed to hear, but it's just there for depth. So like, so keep my number when it's over. That's just a copy of my vocal with like a little alter boy, which is a pitch shifting plugin that I just changed the format. And then there's also a higher octave. So keep my number when it's over. Don't let me standing in the rain. If you're not in this any longer, then why would I wait? 'Cause I've been holding out for So then once the lead kicks in, you don't even hear that shit. It's just there to give it a little extra heft. And then, of course, you do that with all the harmonies and everything, and so sounds like this with all of the vocals.
I've been holding out for you when you were praying for change. Yeah, I know it all is over, but why would I wait? It's over my head.
Oh yeah, that's something that's a fun thing to give the, why would I wait, to give that a lot of heft. I have like these...
Everything's changed.
Oh wait, shit, over here. Heavily auto-tuned.
But why would I wait?
That shit's fun. I like that a lot. There's also, so yeah, like there's probably like, I'm counting, it's probably like 35 vocals going on right now. And the trick is, if you're doing a lot of vocals, you don't necessarily want it to sound like a lot of vocals. If everything's well performed and it's well edited, then it should just sound like a couple vocals and it just sounds very full. And of course, like once I show you the session with the production of everything, it's just like very dense. There's so much shit going on that I felt like I needed a ton of weight of vocals in order for it to cut through and to be the focal point of a track that has a shitload of stuff going on. And I don't want to spend all day with the vocals, although we could, because it's fun. But there's also like, I have maybe 10 or 15 little vocal throws going on. My favorite in the chorus for Wait, check this out. I think that's Arthi that I did some manipulating to, and I gave it like a tremolator and a tremolo and compressed the fuck out of it, and it's got like a pan man going on, so it's kind of like rotating around the stereo field in a cool way. And it's just, and you can barely hear it, it's just something that kind of like gives, it's like a nice little piece of ear candy that gives Wait a bit of impact. Yeah, so there's just like lots of weird like throws and stuff. What's going on? Pro Tools just yelled at me. It's okay. Yeah, there's just like, what the fuck? Something strange happened, so it's probably time. Oh, this is terrible content. Oh my god.
When it's over, don't leave me standing in the rain.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to the instrumental section. This, I didn't know if I was gonna do this in one take, but why don't we just rock this out in one take? Do we like that, folks? Is that something we're interested in? Okay. So it's going to take a second to open session. How about that Mike Pence, huh? Fucking piece of shit. Literally, serves a fly on him. Yeah, okay. Okay, we're here. We're in, baby. We're in. Okay, so lots of stuff in this session. It's going to be a miracle. What should I show you first? Because there's so much fun stuff here. I really like the synths. Let's start with the synths. I like the synths a lot in this track. Okay. Pads. So a lot of the synths in here was, I used a really nice, it's kind of like a hidden secret. It's a plugin called Synthmaster 1. I got it for like $30. Does a lot of the stuff that Serum does and Omnisphere and what's the other one? Massive does, but it's just fucking cheap and it sounds cool. And I don't have fucking $500 for Omnisphere. Do I look like I have $500 to spend on a plugin? I don't fucking think so. We're on a budget. So first of all, what's going on with these synths? We got a Juno doing like an organ. Actually, this is the Tal Uno, which you can get an older version that I have for free. On it for any, I don't know how many people do audio production, but you can get that for free. It sounds fucking incredible. What else do we got? A lot of this stuff was really inspired by the pads that were going on in the Celine Dion track, That's the Way It Is. So what do we got? Yeah. also very Cocteau Twins, which they're one of my favorite bands, and they're one of Arthy's favorite bands too. So I thought that it would be nice to bring that vibe to the table. One thing that I think is pretty funny is I have this synth guitar that sounds like shit, but I love it. It's from that Synthmaster 1. It's like, I think it's called like Heart Guitar on there, like the band Heart from the 80s, and it's like, and it's got like, of course, effects and everything, but all together it's like, oh fuck, what's going on? There's like some other cool shit going on. Oh yeah, this is a fun one. It's kind of like that Erasure song. I tried to discover a little something to make me sweet. What's that song? A Little Respect. Oh, I just got an email from Bandcamp. Hell yeah, Bandcamp. Great site. It's a wonderful site to get music, folks. It's terrific. Everyone's saying it. Why do I do this? So yeah, we also got these like bells at the end. Arthy had really got me into this song called Waiting for a Star to Fall, and I kind of wanted to, this song, the production was definitely getting into the territory of like the early 2000s, 90s Lilith Fair sort of thing, but I still wanted a little bit of flavor at the end, so so that's like the 80s thing going on there. And then in the chorus, we have also one of, I think maybe my favorite part of the entire production is the arpeggio, the arpeggiator, and it sounds like this. Fucking love that shit. So that's all. I think that's all Synthmaster 1. And what I did was I just took all of these different like really long, lush lead sounds and I put them through the arpeggiator. And so there's 5 or 6 different elements of the synthesizer that are all going into the same bus. They're all going into the same processing. So they have just some EQ and then the crystallizer sound toys. There's like an Echo Boy plugin, Valhalla Vintage Verb all over your boy Calvero stuff. Valhalla Space Modulator, which is a free plugin, that's awesome. And just a gate, because there's so much shit going on that it just kind of like makes sure that there's not too much crossover stuff going on. So like, so that's one element, and then you also have like lighter stuff. This is my favorite, yeah. Almost sounds like a fucked up banjo. And then at the end, like there's also just that crazy arpeggiator. Hell yeah, dude. We love it, folks. We love it all together. What do you think, folks? Okay, so let's take a look at the drums. The drums are really fun. Now, the drums are obviously, that's what really gives it the feel of like that like 90s torn Natalie how do you pronounce it? Imbruglia? You know, imagine I pronounced it right. And like Robin, Show You Love, and so many Max Martin songs just like that. Right? And then there's like this really fun feel. We got a beatbox. there's like lots of explosions and lots of hits. Here, let me I'll throw, I do like, I have tons of like sound effects going on too. There's lots of big hits that's very Max Martin inspired, that's very like Britney Spears, Hit Me Baby One More Time. I just like love the explosions, and there's just like lots of fun little noises and percussive stuff going on. And yeah, actually one thing interesting enough that happened was that I programmed all these drums, and it was just sounding a little too much. I mean, obviously it's very referential to that period of time in music, but it almost was sounding a bit too much like a time capsule. And that's kind of the feedback I was getting from some friends. I don't necessarily try to do that. I don't try to like just make something that sounds like it could come from a different time. I like to take inspiration, but then also like have it sound like at least somewhat of the moment. So what I ended up doing was I swapped out all of the drums that I had with newer stuff, like some K-pop packs and stuff. I was listening to Boy With Love a lot. That's the BTS song that came out last year with Halsey. And Tim in the mixing process, he helped be a bit more of like sound kind of like more radio stuff that's on right now. Like we were listening to a lot of the Dua Lipa stuff and BTS, but yeah, for any of you people who are doing production and or are just starting out, there's I'm not paid to say this, but there's a site called Splice where you can get like a subscription for like $8 a month. You can have access to all the drums that everyone on the radio uses. So so that's what I did. So I have like K-pop drums and stuff. So it just sounds a little crisper, I think. So I like how that turned out. What else? Do we have anything interesting? Oh yeah, we got why don't we here? Who's gonna watch fucking 20 minutes of this? Unbelievable. So let me just here, there's a couple of things. Actually, you know what's cool? You know what would be cool? In the bridge, you know, where that solo, I'm kind of like into not writing bridges anymore and just doing like a little fucking a little solo and then getting the fuck out of there. But like we have like some there's fucking congas and shit. And then also, like, I'm really into this vibra slap. I think that's from, like, that's, like, I'm Like a Bird, Nelly Furtado. And then also, like, that's definitely I'm Like a Bird inspired. The Timpani Roll. Boom, over here. Oh, man, I got a notification from Twitter. I thought it was that someone liked my tweet, but it says that somebody liked someone else's photo. Why the fuck do I want to know that? I made a tweet today, no faves, 0 faves. I'm not in it for the faves, folks. I'm in it, you know, just this. It's just what I do. But unbelievable. This is good content. This is good content. The drums, lots of loops too. I do all my programming of the drums and the loops in Ableton, not in Pro Tools. I really like the algorithms they have to manipulate loops and stuff. Okay, so let's check out. I love this this Moog, the lead Moog. Let's find that plays in the bridge. So yeah, that's I use the Arturia Analog Lab, where they have a really great what's it? They have a great model of the Mini Moog, and that's like, this was inspired. There's this song called "Roller Coaster" by Everything But the Girl that was really inspired by this. But also, like, I used to be prog guy, and so it very kind of reminds me of like Yes and Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and all that good stuff too. So, yeah. Also, like Ace of Base a little bit too. So yeah, it's just one. There's an octave higher, and then I also used the synth master to do another. Sounds nice. And then I think what did I do here? This is a crazy one. So I took a copy of the blend of all of those, and then just throw it in the mix. I used the stock vintage filter. I use that a lot in Pro Tools, and then the stock, it's like a Sans amp plugin to fuck it up. I just took out all the lows in EQ, and then some reverb, and I think it just like it gives the whole thing a lot more space and heft. Together. And then there's also like when everything cuts out, I do like, yeah, okay, this is fun. Shout out to the one person that's still watching 22 minutes in. We love this, folks. We love this. Let's see. Why don't we like just really briefly check out the guitars? So you might not even hear this in the mix, but Arthi's husband Raj is playing. What? Why was the Moog playing? Oh, you know what I should play though? There's like a really cool harmony at the end of the Moog. Okay, so check out what's going on in the chorus. I kind of cut it up and added my shitty guitars in there too. That's my acoustic guitar. I think oh my god, I did like so much crazy shit with these acoustic guitars that I think Tim in the mixing process had to reverse engineer to some degree. Because this must be like 16 guitars, and then there's also like blended in with all of these pitched up and down. I don't know why and there's like a very strange routing system because there's all these choruses and delays and stuff and reverbs going on. I don't know why the fuck I did it, but by itself it sounds cool. It's very similar to Vanishing Streets, the beginning. Ba, 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 you know. Like the synth master, it's just like kind of like the Serum sort of sound. It's just like you know, lots of voices, the big spread. And then the old school Moog layer. That's the good stuff. That's where all the body and the depth comes from. And then you got like just like a really shitty free bass MIDI plugin. So, but all together, sounds cool. Ooh, everything's shaking over there. So yeah, like with the drum, so with the guitar and the bass. We did it, folks. Let me know what you think. Did you watch this? Is this all into a void? I don't know. Social media, it's strange to me. But I thought it would be fun to do. It's fun to look back. So go keep streaming Wait by Calvero featuring Arthur Mira. It's out now everywhere. Tell your friends. Appreciate you. Have a good weekend. Mike Pence is a piece of shit. I hate Donald Trump. This was terrific. I did a terrific job. So did you. Goodbye.